That's when it's gonna go to you. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, I'm ready. I am ready, Freddy. So, okay, I need the live chat open. Yes, there we go. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but I might as well get comfortable. Comfortable. There we go. Impossible. All right. Hey y'all, it's your girl Oracle. We are back and we about to make Jamaican breakfast. So I'm just letting y'all know right now. I've been moving to the beat of my own drum, and yes, I'm making breakfast at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because this is my first real meal of the day. So I'm sure everyone will be fine. Ooh, I'm bald-eared. Let me go put some earrings on, y'all. That's crazy. So anyhow, as I was saying, we're gonna be making some Jamaican breakfast today. And Jamaican breakfast consists of a few things. I'm gonna go over it with y'all in a second. Let me get this hoop in real quick. So let me clean my counter. My counter look a little crazy right now. I gotta recycle this. What do y'all do with y'all olive oil bottles? Let me know. Cause I don't really be knowing what to do with mine. Besides throw them away. Because I mean certain stuff, yes, you're gonna keep because you'll reuse it and stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff, child, ain't nobody trying to keep that. It's just creating clutter. So I don't know. Should I just throw it away or what, y'all? I don't know. Alright. Any good cook knows that the first thing you do when you step into the kitchen is wash your hands. So that's where we're gonna start. And then I'm gonna break down Jamaican breakfast to y'all as I know it. All right. I'm not Jamaican. At least I don't know myself to be any kind of Jamaican. I just have a very strong love and appreciation for the culture and the food. So yes, I've been learning how to make some of the dishes, and the traditional Jamaican breakfast is literally one of my favorite dishes. So let's get started. Where do I even start? Okay, so Jamaican breakfast. Let's start with ingredients. Let's actually talk about what I'm going to cook for y'all today. So let me grab this out of here. If you know, you know. If you know about this, you know. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So I'll let y'all know what's in the bag in a second. We're gonna need these. And I'm gonna tell y'all why in a second. Oh wait, something else out of here too. Mucho importante. Este aquí. Sí. También, you know, mi patois, no, it's not bad, it's not good. It is what it is, though. I'm gonna try to work on it, though, while I'm cooking. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of this. We need some flour. I did not clock that this was self-rising. Okay, this is gonna be very interesting. This is gonna be a very interesting. Then I didn't even need to go get the freaking Okay, the reason why I'm like 2 hours late is because I went to the grocery store to get some. Wait, what? I gotta start reading the labels. This is crazy. I needed some baking powder, right? Because one of the things we're making is dumplings, and you need a little baking powder to make the dumplings. But I got this flour from the food pantry at my school, at my university, and I didn't realize it was self-rising. I have never worked with self-rising flour ever, but guess what? It's like I keep doing first time things on here. Like I never cut up open a pomegranate, and I cut one open on live. I don't even know who I am anymore. And now I'm about to use self-rising flour. I've never used self-rising flour. We're just gonna keep it moving, right? So you make the dumplings. Of course, you need a little bit of sugar to balance everything out. And then this poor little thing, this little baby ain't probably worth nothing no more, but it's gonna be worth something today. This is my cabbage, okay? So, poor little cabbage. Oh, poor little thing. It's okay. But I'm not even gonna use all of it. I'm gonna use a portion of it, maybe half, and then the rest of it, I'm going to probably do like you know how they've been doing the seafood boils, but with the cabbage, and been taking the center out, and they'll put like the potatoes and the corn in there with the cabbage and the Cajun seasoning. I've been doing that lately, and it's been really good. So I'm gonna use my leftover cabbage to do that. So let me make sure I have everything. Okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and tell y'all what we're making, because I didn't pull out enough ingredients. Long story short, so from what I know, a traditional Jamaican breakfast, it includes some sort of like green, like a vegetable, like a cabbage. Typically, callaloo is very popular too, but they also use a lot of cabbage too. I mean, I guess you could use collard greens, you could even use spinach, I guess. But it's like some kind of green. There's some fried plantain. That's what's in this plastic bag here. And I'll get there in a second. And saltfish and ackee, right? Ackee. So, and dumplings, right? So that's what the flour is for. And then of course there's some type of fresh fruit, right? So I have a mango in the fridge, and then I also have some fresh grapes, and that's going to be the whole meal together, right? So typically I feel like a Jamaican breakfast isn't one of those things that's supposed to take all day. I just don't. I don't think it's supposed to be one of those things to take all day. So, but I don't really cook fast, so I'm a little nervous. So let's see how we're gonna do this. And then I'm in my head, I'm trying to game plan. I'm like, what should I do first? Like, what should I do first? Because I really don't know what to do, right? So I am going to start with making the dumpling dough. I might as well just jump this hurdle now, because the truth is, I have no idea how these dumplings are going to turn out, because of this self-rising dough is like a real big plot twist for me. So let's just jump in and get it done. Okay, so we got the self-rising flour. I guess I can use a little sugar still. I don't really know, like, cause you know, when you're baking, you got to be careful. If you use too much of one thing, or if you add something that's not supposed to be in there, it'll mess up the whole entire pastry. So I got me a little mixing bowl. Got my flour, mind you, and I'm about to do all of this like off the dome. Like, I'm not about to. I'm not measuring any of this. I just need you to know that there will be no measuring. Let me adjust my camera real quick. I got somebody watching. Hey, say something. Let me know. Put something in the chat so I know it's real. Throw something in the chat. Now, hold on. I told my family, that I was going to send them the link. And I have not done that. So, I guess I'm not a good family member. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Let me send this link to the family chat. I don't really know how to. Here. Because I'm all messed up. All right, y'all. Did y'all say something in the chat yet? Or not? Or not? Y'all just doing me dusty, doing me dirty. You want to know something? When I was in Walmart looking crazy, people was just hopping on my live, willy-nilly. I think it was because it was New Year's Eve and people weren't doing nothing. They had something to do, but they were just hopping on my live all willy-nilly. It was no problem, and all of a sudden it's just like, what? Where are the people? The people want to know. But whoever's watching, like the video or something. Don't just be a stalker. It's insane. All right. Anywho, so let's get started on this though. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh my God, it's gonna be so crazy. Oh my God. Okay, I'm literally about to eyeball everything. Let's see how blessed my hands is. I'm literally about to eyeball this now. Typically, you can fry, like pan fry the dumplings, right? Typically. I feel like you can also bake them. I mean, it's a dumpling, it's a bread, it's a dough. So, of course, you can put it in the oven, right? And I'm trying to figure out which way I want to make them. So, let's figure that out all while we're doing it. Because, you know, why not? And if I'm not mistaken, when I tell you I'm doing this off the dome, I'm not even kidding. It's kind of sad. It's actually kind of sad. Like, why didn't you just look up the recipe again? What is wrong with you? Nope. You gotta start learning. So this is some plant-based butter because, yeah, this is the Violife plant-based butter. So to make a good dumpling, it's a nice little balance of salt, butteriness, a little bit of flakiness, a slight doughiness. At least for me, right? So we're gonna put a little flour in here. And I'll put butter in there, right? Well, I'm gonna do the flour. I'm gonna put a little sugar and I'll put a little salt in there. And then we'll put the butter in there and we'll like just add the butter and kind of like chunk it up. You know, like you're making biscuits. But this is self-rising flour. Let me try to read the directions. This is insane, y'all. Okay. This is talking about preheating the oven. I'm literally about to have biscuits for my Jamaican gravy. This is not even about to be a dumpling anymore. I'm irritated. Should I pan fry them though? Like how you usually do them? Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Whatever. We're just gonna do it. So let me see. Does it tell you to let it rise? If it's self-rising, then you don't have to let it rise then, right? I never use self-rising fire. I don't know how it works. It's talking about preheat the oven. Okay, cut the butter into small pieces. Baby, I think I'm on my own. Self-rising. And then it's self-rising. Like when you rise something, it takes time. Well, I'm still let it sit for a while. We're going to see. Let me open this up. Cooking with Oracle. Cooking with Oracle. Cooking with go. Okay, that's enough. We just need enough dumplings for me. Is that gonna be enough? Y'all think that's enough for me? I'm eyeballing. It's giving, this is at least a cup, maybe a little over a cup. But I want to have enough for 2 breakfasts. So I want to make my breakfast for now. And then I also want to have enough to make like my real breakfast I can enjoy like on my own tomorrow when I wake up. Well, probably not right when I wake up. Okay, let me use a little bit more of this. Just a bit. Okay. think I'm, yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Okay, so dumpling dough isn't that complicated. It's not very complicating. It's just a little, just a little bit of sugar. Just a wee bit. And then I have this big thing of kosher salt, so we're gonna use maybe not too much salt, but I want enough. I don't want it to be super bland. Okay. So we got this little situation. So let me stir this up. We're gonna stir up the dough. Cause what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the butter in here and I'm gonna like let it form into dough. And then I'm gonna let it sit for maybe about 10 minutes or so while I move on to the next part of the breakfast. So let's see. Now I really should be working on my patois right now, but I'm afraid it's not coming out. It doesn't want to come out right now. No, man, I know where she go. She like right there, but she don't want to come out fully. She right there though. Alright. Hold on, because let me tell you something. Jamaicans is so easy going, but wait till I get to the saltfish and ackee part. I think y'all already know what's about to happen, but yeah. So here I have like 3 big little chunks of like, not 3 big little chunks. I have some chunks of butter here. And you see I'm just kind of chunking it up. I'm not measuring this. And to be quite frank with you, I better hope to the high heavens above that this works. And that my memory is serving me right now. Because when I tell you I do not like wasting and playing with food, this is not a game for me. So I ain't trying to play on some trying to be cute stuff. I'm really going off my muscle memory right now. So as you can see, I put some butter in there, right? And all I'm doing is I'm taking the pieces of butter and I'm like mixing them with the dough. So, and I'm just crunching it up, and it's kind of going to get a little, like this little flaky kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a flakiness situation thing where it kind of forms into like a ball of dough. That's the best way I could describe it. Like forms into dough. So I feel like this self-rising, maybe I can make croissants with this. I don't know, perhaps. But as you continue to just do this with your hands and just bunch it together, the butter kind of just starts forming all the flour together. And then from there, you will have something like you can kind of roll around and gather with your hands. I just really pray to the deep Lord above. I'm really out here playing in my kitchen. I am out here playing in my kitchen. I pray to the deep Lord above, though, that I have enough butter for the flour that I'm using. Because I'm low on butter like a mug. And I don't know how this is going to end. Alright, so I'm getting a little nervous. But I ain't going to lie. I'm going to improvise and just keep going. Because I'm sure I will figure it out. Okay, I am a black woman. I will figure it out. Okay, I don't really care who tells me no or you can't. You know how many people laugh in my face and be like, oh, that's what you're going to do? And then when they see me doing it, they be like, they can't even say nothing. They can't address you when they never believed in you. And you out here the living proof of disbelief. They can't mess with you. All right, so as you can see here, it's starting to get, it's forming. It is starting to form. Lord, please don't make me mix no water with this flour, child. Please don't make me do that. It's getting there. It's getting there. We're forming it. We're getting it together. I probably could have used maybe a little less flour just because I didn't have enough butter. But I ain't gonna lie, it's coming together. We're gonna see. It's not over yet. But I do like to just add the butter in a bit at a time. I don't want it to be too chaotic. And then you just don't know, like I'm eyeballing this, so I don't really know exactly how much butter I'm gonna need. I'm just looking for a certain texture, and I'm looking for it to ball up like a dough. And like I said, ooh Lord, I'm really going off the dome with this recipe. Hold on, let me check my notes, you guys. This is hilarious. I can't believe myself. Yeah, I ain't tripping. So okay, so you for sure do need some. Okay. See, my muscle memory served me right. They talk about some cornmeal. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't putting no cornmeal in there. For one, I already got no cornmeal. I got some cornbread mix, but I don't got no cornmeal. You know what I'm saying? So I probably won't be doing that. Not that part for the dumplings, but you can put cornmeal in there. And actually, I don't know. Now I'm thinking, I'm like, dang, should I just go ahead and throw just a tad of that cornbread mix in there? Because there is like a little graininess. Like you can taste like the corn in the dumplings. Okay, so let me show y'all what the dough is looking like. I am going to have to add some water too. I had to check my recipe again. So I just want to make sure all my butter is evenly distributed. Okay. So I got my butter here with the flour, so you can see how it got kind of bready. Okay, so we're ready for the next step, and the next step is going to be adding the water, and I'm going to just pretty much do the same thing I was just doing with my hands. I'm going to just start rolling it around and forming it into a ball of dough. And the same way I did the butter, I am going to do the water. It says you can use milk, but I'm gonna just use water. I do not want to use no milk, because plant-based or otherwise, sometimes I just don't feel like plant-based milk really does it in a recipe, and I feel like you're just better off using water sometimes. But that's me. That's my personal opinion. So let me grab a towel, and then we're gonna be good to go. Okay, y'all. I'm actually gonna be making some plantain today too. Y'all have no idea. I cannot wait. So double checking this consistency. It feels right. I do want to put just a smidge more salt in here. Spirit said just sprinkle a little bit more. So put a little bit more salt in there. All right, and now I'm going to add the water. Okay. So right now there ain't really too much to show, but it's kind of forming into like dough now. You can kind of see how it started to thicken up a little bit. And I probably just need just a smidge more. Okay. You're everything to me. Why do I feel like I don't know what self-rising flour is supposed to feel like, but this feels insane. This feels like a marshmallow in my hand. So I really don't know what I just did. I'm afraid. I know I just activated that flour though. That's what I do know. So typically when I make it, it's not like this. It's definitely nowhere near as gummy as this. This is different. But we got a self-rising dumpling today, y'all. The thing about cooking and having a passion for being in the kitchen, I think I need a little more flour. It's sticking. That's what it is. Probably a little too much water. Sometimes you gotta roll with the punches, and to be honest, like I said, I got that flour from my school, from the pantry, and the truth is, sometimes you just gotta work with what you have. That's what I have. You know, I'm not really somebody who buys a whole bunch of flour anyway. I'm starting to do a lot more baking, but like when I'm at home by myself, I'm not making like sourdough and stuff like that. I'm not. So when you have an opportunity to just get something, you know, for free or for low that can help you out in your kitchen or act as a staple, you just work with it, you know? So, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm about to just work with it. Oh yeah, I can already see it rising now. So I really just want to get this covered in some flour. I think we just a little too wet because of the dough. Oh yeah, that's it. There we go. That's what we want right there. So I just need a little bit. I use a little too much water. And then two, like I said, I'm not used to working with this flour, so it could have very well been the butter ratio as well. They could have thrown it off. But my mind's like, just put a little flour in it and see what happens. So I'm glad it went back to, you know, where we wanted it. So right now I'm just kneading this dough. I hate that my back has to be turned to y'all, you guys. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is getting one of those, like either a tripod that can sit right here on the counter and face me, or get like one of those tripods that I could put on like cabinet. I think I would like that a lot. So yeah. All right, I think I might need a little bit more flour though. Just a bit. We're right there. I'm gonna show y'all the dough in like 2 seconds. A little bit of. But this is self-rising flour, so I don't know, you guys. Maybe I'll come back and we can make some pizza one day. Like Friday night or something like that. We could do like a pizza night. That would actually be kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I think I might end up doing like late night cooking shows. Because to be quite frank with y'all, it's like I like to cook, I really do, but I don't have a whole team. It's just me doing this. So I would like to cook when I'm not stressed or rushing. And that's the big reason why I just kind of took my time and got on here when I could today. I wasn't about to rush myself, because if you trying to make something good, and mind you, y'all watching this, I have to eat this. This is my real food. I don't want to be wasting my food and, you know, and not eating it. So all I'm doing right now is just kneading this dough. It's self-rising, so I really don't have to knead it. I believe that's the whole point of having self-rising dough. You don't really have to knead it. But I don't know. The inner kneader in me is going to knead it. So just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to clean this stove off real quick, and we're going to move on to the next part. I think I need a little more flour too. That's another reason why you need it, so that if there's any pockets of moisture still in your dough, you can get it out And you won't have these little weird mushy parts when you cook your dough. I don't want that. Okay. So just a couple more of these little pat downs. Oh yeah, I think that's the butter coming out. It's giving like croissant energy. But that's perfect. So I'm just gonna ball this up like this. We're gonna put it in here, and I think I'm gonna take this and just throw it over here for a second and just let it sit for a second, let it rise a little bit. Cause again, I still don't know how I'm about to cook that. I don't. I really do not. All the world is full of Chinese and food. Oh, don't live in typical food. Sesame rules, child. Everyone believe a sensible people say. And because he's not enjoying the keep building up impossible hopes impossible. Things are happening every day. Alright, pro tip. If you're doing anything with dough or like something pasty and sticky, immediately wash your utensil. You will thank yourself later. Okay. See, it's already stuck on the bottom of my sink, but it's much easier to clean it on the bottom of the sink than it is on a utensil. Your girl still haven't got no dish rags. Whatever. Talk to the hand. I need to go to Home Goods. That's what it is. Send me some Home Good money, y'all. What you know what I need to do? I need to post my Amazon wish list up on here. Cause honestly, that's really what's tea. It got all this couple of things I need for my place. But you know, it ain't really no cookware on there. I would prefer to buy my cookware in person. But it don't make me no difference, cause guess what? Either way, this place is getting clean. It really don't make me no never mind. This place is gonna be on point. See, I gotta take these handles off and wipe all of this down. It's over. Anyway, I ain't gonna hyperfixate on it. I just like I need to wipe it down. I can't cook with this flour on the stove. Alright, what's next? So I'm trying to think, should I just go ahead and do the ackee now, or should I do the cabbage? Cause I think I want to kind of cook those simultaneously. Let me put my dough over here. Matter of fact, I need a healthy place for this. Where can I put this? Possibly, I can put it here. Yeah, let's put it here. I don't got a lot of counter space, y'all, so I just try to work with it. All right. I don't think there's nothing in there. Okay, yes, I'm gonna put the cabbage in here. Or do you want to make the ackee in here? That's sad. That's how indecisive I am. Either way it go, I'm gonna need some onions and peppers. Onions and peppers, okay? So onions and peppers are gonna go in the cabbage. I'm also gonna put, do I do onions and peppers in the ackee? This is sad. I'm like, I'm doing the whole recipe off the dome and I don't even know. I'm trying, you guys. I am trying. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do onions and peppers in the ackee, y'all. Anyway, don't believe in sensible rules. I don't believe in sensible people say. And because he's not been doing it, I've been building up impossible hopes impossible. And turning every day. Alright, so all I'm about to do right now is just cut my onions and peppers I'm about to use for these things. And that way I can have them to the side. I'm not about to go too crazy with the onions and peppers. What I do love about Jamaican cuisine is that everything is so simply made. Everything is very good flavors, very rich flavor profiles, but there's a simplicity in the cooking where I really feel like Jamaican food is really all about your technique. It's about knowing how to put stuff together, and being familiar with the flavors that's in your community. I think Jamaican people are not afraid to eat their culture's food. And it shows in their cuisine. You know, ackee is a Caribbean fruit. And anybody knows anything about ackee, yes, it can be fatal if you do not harvest it right. But it's really good. It's a really good egg replacement if you're plant-based. And honestly, that's kind of what it's reminiscent of for me in this dish. Am I gonna need more onions in that? Probably not. And that's why I really like this dish so much, because it's just a lot of reminiscent flavors going on here. But yeah, with the ackee, they're using all stuff from the island. With the fruit, you know, they're using fruit that is from the island. Like, so, you know, it might be like papaya or mangoes or cantaloupe and honeydew that day. Like, it really all depends on what's in season. And again, those are the reasons why I really like Jamaican and just Caribbean cuisine overall. I love Latin and Caribbean cuisine, but Jamaican cuisine has a special place in my heart, man. They just be cooking. Okay. They know how to stand over their pots, you know. They're very mindful of that. And then, of course, you know, Jamaicans just have souls of gold. They're very sweet, and they're soulful people. So everything they make is going to be, you know, they do not play about their food. They really don't. And I think that's another reason why I can get down with Jamaican food so well, because a lot of them think like how I think. A lot of them have the same kind of ideals and about hygiene, and you know, because anybody, if you really know, you would know, like, Jamaicans do not play about their hygiene. Okay? And they really don't. They do not play about their hygiene. And, you know, again, it's just all, I'm yapping and I'm running my mouth, but I'm serious about just the cultural significance of Jamaican cuisine. You know, I feel like any cultural cuisine too is very important to pay attention to the cuisine, because a lot of the cuisine is based off of what's available in that community. And Jamaican cuisine is no different. Okay. Being American though, and just being here in the US and growing up around a whole bunch of people and just being around a whole bunch of people, working around a whole bunch of people, yeah, you do start to just, okay. I'm back and I'm better. I had to hook my Mevo up because it was about to die. Well, it died. It just straight up died on me. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get back into it. So, I got my onions and peppers cut. We're going to use this for the cabbage and for the ackee. We use it for both. I like to make me a little trash bag out of the like produce bags, so I can put whatever like shavings and clippings I use and throw them away. The next thing I'm gonna do is cut the cabbage. So I'm gonna cut some cabbage. Now, y'all already seen this Polar cabbage. Do not make fun of my cabbage. It's fine. Everybody will be fine. Everything is fine. But this is my cabbage today. I know I got it bad with letting fruit go bad right now, but I mean food, fruit, produce, whatever. Why would I throw that away? And I'm literally, why would I do that? Anywho, man, let me just put this here. But yeah, man, my days. I gotta get back control of my days. It's like this for a reason. I don't plan on it staying like this forever. Eventually, I'm bossing up now, so eventually I will be fully bossed up. Okay. And I'm like, how much of this should I use? How much of this should I use, y'all? Like, half? I really probably only need like half. Let's see. Let's see what half looks like. Yeah, I probably only will cook half this. Why would you cook half? Just cook the whole thing. Y'all, me and my fake food conservation, I be getting on my nerves. Okay, so I have my cabbages here. I'm going to slice them up when I'm ready to throw them in. But right now I'm about to go ahead and get the pans warmed up. I also want to check on my dough. Okay, it still looks good. I think I would like to make my cabbage in here. And I think I'm going to do the ackee in here. Something telling me not to do it the other way though. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so here we go. Mind you, look, I am not big on electric stoves, but they do what they need to do. Okay, they get me by. They provide the little bit of heat I need. So let me talk to y'all a little bit. I gotta take a side note. I gotta really talk to y'all about this ackee. I see some folks watching. Thank y'all for liking. Thank you. Can y'all say hi in the chat now? Can we get a hello in the chat? I know I don't go live enough, but can I get a hello in the chat? Am I worth a hello, family? So let me tell y'all my little secret about what's happening with this ackee. Okay? Now the traditional dish is called saltfish and ackee, right? When I first decided I wanted to start making this dish, because at this point it's been over a year since I made it. But when I first started making this dish, in my head, I already knew, like, okay, go to the Caribbean grocery store. You can find a lot of stuff there. Blase, whoop-de-whoop. I knew in my mind I wasn't about to use no saltfish, though. I don't know how I knew that. I don't know why I feel like it's important to say this. But in my mind, I was not about to use saltfish. And I didn't. I was like, I wonder if I can get the sardines in, because sardines have really good benefits. You just can't eat too many of them, because I found out they can give you uric acid. I mean, Lord Jesus. They got a lot of uric acid in them, and they can give you gout. I didn't know that. I haven't gotten gout from them, but I also don't eat them that much. But I also didn't know that. Little known fact. Um, so yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make this dish and I'm gonna make it with sardines, right? I already know that's gonna set the whole Jamaican world on fire because it's like, why would you ever do it with sardines? It's traditionally made with saltfish. I completely understand. I know. I'm still making it with sardines. And then the other note I have to this is I'm pretty sure I found a ackee recipe using sardines on YouTube. Pretty sure I found it. So I'm gonna let that be what it is and let it simmer. And y'all decide if I'm wrong or not. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. Cause I'm be honest with you, this sardines and ackee is a banger. It is. It's a straight up banger. I got my can opener. Okay, so this thing is starting to warm up, honey. It's not playing either. Let me go ahead and drop. Why do I feel like I am missing some ingredients for this saltfish and ackee? I'm like, is it supposed to be like a tomato in there or something? Hold on. Let me find out. I'm out here messing up the I'm trying to think when I go to Golden Crust. Oh, they be using red peppers. That's what it is. I don't got no red peppers. Okay, they be using what's the name onions too. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I did this all wrong. I did this all messed up. I was supposed to make this in a way so that the stuff that I'm making now will still be hot. But guess what? It's been so long since I made this. Alright, so all I'm about to do right now, this is my ackee pan. I'm about to just put, my little onions in here. Let them saute up, sizzle up good. I'm not going to put too many onions in here, to be honest. I just need a couple. Most of my onions are going to go in for the cabbage. So I'll put the onions in here and the cabbage. Let that simmer for a little bit, and then I will be adding my peppers in just not too long. I don't want it to cook too much. Alright, so while that's going, let me check my temperatures. I'm about to chop up just a little bit of a little garlic to go into, to go in a bowl. I need some for my ackee and I need a little bit for my cabbage. So I'm gonna take a little bit of garlic, do something with that. I ain't gonna lie, at this point, I'd be ready to just drop the whole clove in the pan, because that's one of the utensils that I find useful, is like a garlic crusher, or a garlic, I don't know what to call it. But yeah, a garlic crusher, where it grates the garlic for you, or it minces it, a garlic mincer. Definitely need one of those. I'll be adding that to my Amazon wish list. So come with it, y'all. What else? What else do I want for, what else do I need for this dish? That's really what I need to be thinking about. I think that's really it. Oh, so, the next time I make this, I'm actually going to go to H Mart. H Mart, shout out to H Mart, shout out to the Asians. I'm gonna actually go to H Mart and see if I can find some French thyme, because I really like to make this dish with the French thyme. I'm not gonna lie, when you use the Caribbean herbs to season everything, it just makes everything that much better. Y'all see, you see me struggling to cut this garlic because I don't got no mincer. I'm hand mincing. It's alright though. Look at my skills. Look at those skills. We're gonna chop it up. It don't need to be too minced. It's not that serious to me. And it's my food too. Nobody's like joining me. This is my meal for me. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil to my ackee. A little ackee pan. Do the same for the cabbage. I like my ackee to have a little, like a nice little, I don't want to be greasy, but I want to have some oil on it because when all the flavors and stuff come together and you put the sardines in there, and then the sardines got olive oil in there too. I probably shouldn't use that much. Hold on. Solve that problem. But I like it to have a sauce because once you add the fish in there, it kind of is going to make a little bit of sauce. And see, this is ready for bell peppers. That's ready for the bell peppers. Okay, so that's kind of chilling. We're gonna let that simmer a little bit. In a second, I'm gonna add this, but right now I can add a little bit of garlic to both of these. I just don't really like, you never really want the garlic to burn. So once you put the garlic in, you just gotta be careful and making sure you're watching over the pot. When I tell you I've done everything wrong, I've done everything wrong in this video, and I'm just like, yep, let's just keep going. Just keep going, y'all. Even when you get everything wrong, just literally keep going. In a minute, I am gonna need a, what's the name though? I'm gonna need a I'm gonna need to get some to chop up this cabbage. Okay, I think I'm ready to chop the cabbage. This looks good. I know the onions are cooking a little slow, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this in for the cabbage. That's done. I'm cool with that. I'll add a little salt in a second. But once you add the salt, everything starts cooking down really, really fast too. So I do want the vegetables to have a little bit of like form to them. I don't want them to be completely mushy, but I do want that gravy. All right. We're about to cut some cabbage. Now with this cabbage, what I've noticed when I go to Jamaica, they always cut the cabbage in like thin strips. And I see why, because it's breakfast. You're not trying to spend all day waiting on these big pieces of cabbage to cook. So I'm pretty sure they do it because it cooks faster. And then I think too, when you cut it in the strips like that, it gives it a better texture to me. Cause I do like the cabbage cooked through, but I also like to have like a little I guess, for lack of a better word, like that little char kind of. This might be enough cabbage. This might be. I'm looking at this pot, and I'm looking at the onions and peppers I got in here. All right, so I don't have any fresh And I'm definitely gonna add a little bit of that to my ackee, my little ackee dish. That's definitely gonna help with the flavor. And it ain't this dish is not really, none of these dishes requires heavy seasonings. You're not gonna be using all of these seasonings. You're just using simple seasonings and keeping it simple goodness. And I think that's why I really like making Jamaican breakfast, because it's just simple goodness. All right, these bell peppers are looking how I want them to look. Bell peppers and onions smell so good. So see, with this, I'm about to go ahead and add a little salt in here. Maybe just a smidge here. Don't need too much. Okay, so let me show y'all what the pots look like, because I'm just standing here stirring. Y'all can't see what I'm cooking. So let me show y'all a little bit. Okay, so here, that's our ackee pot. This our cabbage pot. We're actually about to dump this cabbage in a hot second. Shoot, in a hot second, we about to dump this ackee in. As a matter of fact, let me turn this down, because the cabbage is really going to take a lot longer than the ackee. So, actually turn the ackee off for a hot second. We're about to let it pause. We're about to let it breathe for a minute. Let this salt kind of activate and cook these vegetables down a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, I guess I can open up this ackee. So it's a canned ackee. It's not fresh ackee, of course, because I'm not on island. But you know, I've been using it, and it's been doing what I needed to do. It tastes good to me. It tastes good to me. Now what? Why we gotta do this? There we go. Okay. So this is what I was saying, y'all. It looked like eggs. Can y'all see that? It looked like eggs. So the way that I make it, I drain this. I don't cook this because you don't want to cook it down, because it's kind of going to overcook everything. You really just adding the ackee in there and letting it warm up. I'm not doing too much at all. Like, I ain't even rinsing the ackee. I'm just literally draining it, and when it's time, I'm gonna dump it in here. Right? And then I always go back and forth, because the ackee is very tender. The sardines are very tender. So I'm always like trying to figure out, okay, should I do the sardines first and then put the ackee in? Because I don't want it to break all up and just be a hot mushy mess. So I think that's the, like I said, Jamaican cooking requires technique. So you really gotta have technique when you're doing this. Okay, I'm liking this. This looks good. This looks good. So while I'm kind of waiting on this to do its thing, what I'm gonna do is start rolling out my dumplings. Now the way that I make my dumplings, I think when I went to Jamaica, I had them like they were rolled in like these little knots, and I just adored that so much. So that's exactly how much of mine. Okay, so the dumplings, again, like I was saying, it's everything is kind of real simple. It's not very complicated. So all I'm really doing is kind of rolling this into like a long skinny tube. And then you just make a cross with it. That's how I make my dumplings. I try to keep it very simple. Okay, we getting there. We getting there for this cabbage. I think I might just go ahead. Alright, let me roll this last one and I'm gonna put that cabbage in the pan. Okay, I'm nervous because I really don't know how these are going to turn out, but I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be really good. Okay. I said I was about to just roll one, right? Why did I roll two? Okay, so cabbage. Oh, yeah, it looks good. Cabbage is going to go in. I like getting my vegetables to the point where they're not, they still have a crunch, but they're not like super raw. Ooh. Something is telling me that I am going to want to use this other half of this cabbage, y'all. Let me cut this cabbage up real quick and dump it in here. Oh, my hands. Okay. Ooh, Lord. Okay, this will be my second little dump. I'll throw that in there when this cooks down just a little bit. Because right now, I need this to go down slightly before I add the rest of the cabbage. Also, what I can do is, a little steam always helps to wilt everything. Alright, so while I'm waiting on that, what I'm about to do is finish these dumplings. Y'all, oh my God. I forgot one of the most important things for this dish. I forgot to go get some Scotch bonnet hot sauce. But you know, that's okay. Because tomorrow, when I'm like actually able to eat it and enjoy it in a real way, okay, I am... No, you did not. No, you didn't. I ain't gonna hold you. That's it. You can't really do anything. You gotta just throw this away. You can't wash off dough. Yeah, no. That ain't even... I can't do that one. It's a lot of stuff I could bypass. I'm sorry. Next thing you know, it's a piece of hair, some lint in there, and you chewing on it. You supposed to be eating something soft, and now it's something crunchy in here. No, you're not gonna do that. Okay. Nosy than a bug. I'm like, who texting me? Oh my God, you know. Alright, y'all. I turned my AC on because I knew it was going to be hot in here. And it is. I'm like already sweating. It's disgusting. Oh, I can hear that cabbage. Hot, hot, that cabbage goes. Alright, I'm going to dump this other half of the cabbage in. We got our dumplings formed. I'm going to let the dumplings sit just for a little minute so they can, you know, rise back up again. And I ain't going to lie, I'm about to pan fry these baby boys. Or should I bake them? Or should I do both? I ain't turning on this oven. It's already hot up in here. I'm already sweating. It's over for that. I'm not about to do it. But look though, we almost there. This is the fastest I probably ever cooked. I do not cook fast. I don't cook fast. It takes me a long time to cook. I like to stand over my pot and breathe and just put my good intentions into the food. Y'all hear that? Oh yes. Yeah, baby. That's it right there. That's what we like. Okay, let me go ahead and dump this in here. Because now I don't want it to get too far cooked. And this other piece of cabbage ain't in there. Okay. So, okay, we got the round 2 of cabbage. I'm going to just turn this down just a teensy-weensy bit. You know what I'm about to start doing too? I think I'm going to add just in a little salt. Just a little salt. So that it can cook down. Because I'm about to put the top back on this again. Oh yeah. That's how I like my cabbage. Again, not a lot of seasonings in this dish. Cabbage has a very distinct flavor. It's a savory, kind of pungent type of flavor, and I like the flavor. And all I'm doing is accenting it with a little bit of garlic, some onions, some peppers. So just trying to keep it very simple. You know, the Jamaican cuisine, we ain't doing all that. You know, we just trying to keep it nice and simple and delicious. I should have took these big thick stalks out of here. Okay. Yes, if it fall on my stove, yes, I'm gonna put it back in there. Cause I wipe my stove down. My stove, I be cleaning my stove, so It don't, and it's me. It's my food, my house. I don't care. I eat off my stove. It don't make me no never mind. I can't believe I went out my way to get that baking powder, and this self-rising flour made me sick. Shoot. Anyway, when the cabbage is done, I'm gonna put it in a plate and I'm gonna just set it on the stove and I'm gonna pray it stay warm. And if it don't, oh well. Already in this mud slave. All right, back to the ackee. So let's go ahead and finish off this ackee dish. I realize I'm supposed to be talking to y'all about stuff, but I don't know. I'll be running out of topics, or I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, you know how some people, while they're cooking, they'll like update you on world news or world events. I haven't developed my niche in cooking yet. So I don't really know. I feel like my thing is to just sit here and kind of talk junk a little bit. And also to not be perfect. Like, I think that's my niche. Is to show how you can still make good meals. And sometimes you don't have it all figured out. Because I feel like even the last meal that I made, the salad, I literally pulled that out my behind. That wasn't like, I mean, it was planned, but it wasn't planned. I knew that I was like, okay, I'm going to make this salad with purslane, but I didn't really know like exactly where I was going with it. So, I said all of that to say, I think my niche with cooking is to just kind of be here and just do it. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's not what I'm used to, even if it's not what I rehearsed. I think it's power in allowing yourself the freedom to mess up. And honestly, I've never really allowed myself that freedom. Like, this is not a test. I'm not on live being tested for anything. I'm on here because I'm showing y'all how I cook and how I do stuff. You know, that's real. I can't do the perfect stuff. Now, I ain't gonna lie, a nice little curated situation, like, I would love to build up to that point and get to that point where I can have this kind of very fleshed out cooking show or cooking concept. Absolutely, 100%. I would do something like that. But right now, baby, I'm just trying to focus on being myself and just cooking food that, you know, that I like to eat. Showing y'all what I like to consume. That's what it's all about. I don't want to take it too serious, you know. This cabbage starting to look really good though. I like my cabbage cooked down. I don't like to play them games. I like my cabbage cooked down. Okay. Let me put my cat back on here. I ain't gonna lie, let me throw a little bit more salt. Ancestors like, put a little more salt in. Okay. That smells really good. That's really smelling good. Alright, so this part of the dish is super easy. All I'm doing is pouring all the ingredients in. I'm going to turn this on low and I'm just going to let it mix up. Oh yeah, let me show y'all. Look at those sardines. You know, so the reason why sardines are coveted, I guess, is because It's a good source of omega-3s, but also they're little tiny fishes, so they have less mercury, right? Because of the mercury poison in the oceans and stuff like that. So it's another big reason why sardines is a big health food right now. Yeah. Also, I'm the person, I do eat seafood. I do eat seafood now, well, fish, right? I do not eat, like if it doesn't have scales, I don't eat it. So I'm only eating snapper, sardines, sea bass, salmon, whitefish. Typically all kinds of whitefish are scaled. So perch and stuff like that. Yeah. Honestly, if it has a scale, I'm gonna eat it. I don't really pick about it, because when I go to the islands, I'll be like, well, shoot, you go to like a food cart, they'll have like little pieces of fried fish and like little tiny, like they're like this big, maybe this wide, of like little fried individual pieces of fish. And if it got a scale on it, sign me up. I'm gonna eat it. So yes, I'm literally about to dump this whole thing in here with the oil. But the trick is I try to be as careful as possible, because I don't want the fish to be super broken up. You know, of course it's gonna break up a little bit because it's tender, but I try to gently stir everything. And now you want it to break up a little bit. You don't want big chunks and pieces sardine floating around, but you don't want it to get all mealy and stuff. So I'm just gonna flip this a little bit. Yep, that's it. Okay, so I got my onions and my peppers in here. I got my ackee. Everything looks good. I'm just stirring. And that's the other thing too. You see how the ackee breaks up so easily. So really, that's really it right there. That's it. That's it. The only thing I'm going to do is just let it warm for a bit. And I'm going to put just a little bit more salt. Let me see. Because I think the sardines have salt in them. Oh, and then the ackee got salt in it too. So we're going to see if that's good enough. That might be good enough. Oh, yes. I don't know if y'all can hear the cabbage. I'm going to show y'all what it looks like in a second. I'm going to show y'all what everything looks like in a second. Yeah, I got the lid on here so that this cabbage can get nice and tender. I don't want no crunchy cabbage. Period, point blank. I don't personally care for it. It don't do nothing for me. So, oh, that smells so good. Okay, I got my dumplings here. I'm about to get ready to pan fry them. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the dumplings and the plantains in there. So we're gonna see how that works. Alright, y'all. Let me show y'all this plantain. Hold on, let me throw this away. Alright. When you're cooking sweet plantain, let me tell you, babe, I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't. I don't know how y'all do it, but when I make sweet plantain, it gotta look something like this. Honestly, to me, this too light. I need the whole plantain to be black, but I'm gonna make it do what it do, because you need it to be ripe and maybe even slightly overripe, because when you're cooking it, what makes sweet plantain so good is that burnt sugar taste, right? And it's like a controlled burnt kind of sugar taste. It's not like a charred plantain. So there's an art to doing it. And some people, when they do it, they still be kind of bland. They don't know how to burn that sugar taste in there. And this is part of how you get there. You get a really dark black plantain, or you buy a regular plantain and you let it sit. The best practice is a paper bag. Put it in a paper bag, put it in a cabinet, and just keep checking on it. You could do daily, every day you could check, and that'll let you know, okay, it needs another day or two. All right. And then once it starts looking like this, you can go ahead and cook it and to get some real sweet plantain. All right, let me show y'all what my sawfish and ackee looks like. I'm actually excited to eat this. Oh my god. Okay, so here we go. There is the saltfish and sardines and ackee. Here's the cabbage, and then these are the dumplings that we're waiting to cook now. All right, so everything's coming along. Everything's coming along really well, as you guys can see. I'm gonna let this stay warming up on here. I'm gonna just let it stay hot, and then I'm going to probably dump this so I can make my plantain and put it on the plate. Okay, so I'm about to go ahead and just let this cook now, regular, and just let it all cook down and develop its flavor. I think I'm gonna put a splash of vegetable broth in here. Just so it can come full circle. Just a little bit. I want it to cook out of there too. I don't want it to be watery. Ooh, hot. Yep, that's it. We're gonna let that really cook down and become one. Now, for the sawfish, for the ackee, I have to taste this to make sure this is right, because I don't want to be eating no nasty sawfish and ackee, child. I'm scared. I'm a little nervous because I ain't made it in so long. Whew. Okay, here we go. Yep. That's sawfish and ackee. Yeah. I'm sorry. I keep saying sawfish and ackee. It's not sawfish and ackee. It's sardines. Yeah. That's good. I feel like it is missing something. What is it missing? Let me add a little bit more thyme in here. I feel like it could use a little more herbiness. And I'm gonna put a little bit more garlic powder in here. And honestly, I think that's it. That's all it really needed. The salt level is perfect. I don't need to add any salt. Okay. Ackee got mushed up anyway. Ugh. Oh, brother. I gotta work on my technique with that ackee, child. Okay. This is still looking fantastic. think I'm gonna fry my plantains first, and then I'm gonna do the dumplings there. Who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these theft and doing items keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. I'm sorry. That's been my. I'm gonna listen to that song. Alright, y'all. Here we go. Okay. I'm about to cut open my plantain. So, cutting plantain is kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Because you can cut it in like a cool, like little shape. I like to cut mine in like a little slanted diagonal type of shape. Oh yes, I'm really liking where this cabbage is going. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. I should probably wash this, right? So, wash the plantain. Cut the edge off, of course, right? I try to cut down one of the sides and then you just peel. Oh, smells good. I really want the whole plantain to stay together. I don't want it to break because it's gonna mess up the swag. Alright, so can you guys, I don't know if you guys can see those. Can you like see? Let me try to bring you closer. This is sad. Why am I doing this like this? Still can't see nothing. Anyway. I don't even know why I bother. I really don't. So I'm about to go ahead and cut. Now, there is a way where I could like adjust the angles. I'm getting there. We're getting there. I'm getting better at lives. Alright, y'all have to understand I am a millennial streamer. So all the little duet, do daddy, do hickey stuff. Alright, so I told you, like I was saying, that I like to cut my plantain in this really kind of cool diagonal little pattern. So you get these little discs. That's how they have them at the restaurant. So, you know, I try to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? And look at this. You can tell there's some type of iron in here. If I had to guess, I don't know for sure. I'm not a botanist. But if I had to guess, there's some type of iron. Look at that pink in there. Oh, it smells sweet. It smells like sweet plantain. It smells really good. So what I learned too about cooking plantain is that the way that you develop that sugary kind of coating on them is you keep flipping them. You don't just flip them once and let it be. You let them keep getting flipped until you see that nice crust develop. And that's what we're going to do right now. So I got this warmed up. I'm going to turn it off though, because when I put the oil in, I don't want the oil to start burning. As a matter of fact, let me let it air out for a second. Because you don't want that. So I'm going to let that be. So we're going to do, let me go ahead and set up my little landing dish for my plantain as well. I'm going to put my plantain and my dumplings on this finishing dish. I wish I had some newspaper. As a matter of fact, I was just at the grocery store. I should have got some paper towel. I don't have no paper towels. Oh well, this is all I'm saying, y'all. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it. And me and my little, I'm a type A personality. I'm all about being a perfectionist and all that stuff. And I realized like I would never be perfect. And perfection for me is kind of taking advantage of the moment and living my life and being able to look back and be like, dang, I conquered that moment. So yeah, I said all that to say I don't have any more paper towel. Jesus. All right, this is it. I don't want it to be cooked anywhere else. This is nice and tender. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I like my cabbage cooked. This cabbage is cooked, honey. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, we're gonna pour this oil, and I'm immediately about to drop these plantains. I'm not about to play. Because you kind of want it, you want the oil to kind of cover the bottom of the pan a little bit. You want to cover it enough. Let's see. So I'm going to start putting them down here. I don't know if y'all can see, because I had it all right here. So put these here. Now, I don't want to put too many in too quick, because what will happen is it'll cool off all of the oil, and I don't want that to happen. I want the oil to stay hot. But you don't want to, frying stuff or anytime you're cooking, it's such a balance. Because essentially, you kind of do want things to burn. That's technically what cooking is, but so I'm moving them around a little bit too before I just let them sit, because sometimes they will stick to the bottom of the pan, and I don't want that either. I'm about to smash this last one. Oh God, wasn't expecting that to happen. I'm gonna kind of smash it a little bit together like. I'm just gonna let that cook like that. Okay, so everything's sizzling and bubbling right now. If you can't hear it, it is for sure cooking. Okay, so I'm about to grab my spatula. We're gonna cook the plantain. We're gonna let them cook, and we're gonna see where we at. Alright, y'all. I know I probably need to talk about something. I ain't talking about nothing, y'all. How about those Lakers? Like, nah. Shoot, what's been going on with me lately? It's another month, another New Year. Oh yeah. So what y'all do for New Year's? What did I do for New Year's? I went to a friend's house, which was really cool. It was laid back. It was kind of what I needed. Because last year, I went out, and it was a good time. Don't get it wrong. It was a very good time. I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? But, sometimes all that bibbity-bobbity and hopping around and stuff, and I just wasn't feeling it this year. I just wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. And some years I be feeling it. I was feeling it last year. Because I feel like you always got those people who's like, man, I don't want to go out and it's dangerous. And I agree. It is dangerous. It's very dangerous to go out on New Year's. So you gotta you gotta be on point. Everybody, I feel like people when they go out on New Year's, they just kind of want to be careless and carefree. And you can't be careless and carefree doing nothing. In life. So I don't get caught up in that. I just don't. I used to, but I don't get caught up in that no more because honestly, we grown. And if you're letting other people stop you from doing what you want to do, are you really living? By the way, I'm flipping these plantain out. They're just slightly golden. But again, I want to develop that nice crust on there. So I'm actually about to turn it down because I don't want them to cook too fast. They're cooking a little too quick for my liking. But yeah, I feel like, when you living right and you want to do something for yourself and have a good time, I think you should go do those things. I don't think you should live based off the opinion and the fears of other people. Because honestly, that's what it is talking. They be like, oh, it's dangerous, it's this and that. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I just be feeling like people are just party poopers. Because it's like you were never going to be going out doing anything anyway. Also, I'm like, as much of a homebody as I can be, I'm done bragging about it. Because I just don't think it's cute to talk about how antisocial you are. And people talk about being antisocial like it's the best thing in the world. And honestly, ever since the pandemic happened, like we've been really off our rockers when it comes to how we socialize. And I'm not subscribing to that. I'm not about to subscribe to putting myself in danger either. But I'm not about to subscribe to romanticizing isolation. I'm a people person. I was born in the year of the monkey. I am all about socializing. Okay? I am a people person. Okay? So all of that talk about, trust me, I protect my energy a lot. To the point where I don't have to brag or get up on a soapbox and talk about how isolated I am and how much of a hermit I am and how much I don't go out. And and the moment you asked me, I knew I wasn't going. Like, y'all be proud to sit up in the house looking stale and musty. I'm straight on that. Honey, these the best years of your life. These are the best years of your life. If you want to spend them sitting in the house being a homebody, go ahead. Some of y'all ain't never made as much money as you making now, ain't never been able to do as much stuff as you're able to do now, and you don't want to do it. Why? Because honestly, society be having us depressed, and again, we romanticize being isolated, and then we wonder why we're not dating. We wonder why we're not finding people and connecting with people because we don't know how. We lost it. It's gone. So I don't do that. Like, if you want to go out on New Year's and stuff, be mindful. Be an adult. Be an adult. Be mindful about what you're doing. Plan it out. Have your Ubers and all of that stuff together and know what you're doing. Aside from that, I'm not about to sweat that. Like, if you want to go out and have fun, go out and have fun. Don't let these 20-year-olds try to tell you can't go out because you're 38. Please don't. These probably some of the lamest 20-year-olds we got out here right now. And you about to let them tell you you can't be in a club? Please. So over that. And don't let these old people tell you too old to be in a club too, because they love to police some stuff too. Stop it. These people be sitting up miserable. Trust me, I know. They don't do nothing. A lot of people that talk a lot of junk, they don't go do nothing with themselves. And sometimes going out ain't all about clubbing either. I think that's a common misconception for people who actually never do anything. I feel like when you never do nothing and you're always sitting at home, in your head, the only thing that you can conceptualize when people say going out and doing stuff is the club. And that's erroneous. And it's very lame of you. Like, you ain't never heard of art galleries. You ain't never heard of wine tasting, tea tastings. You ain't never heard of, sometimes when I just don't feel like sitting in the house, I'll go out and go to a certain neighborhood out in Dallas, and I'll just walk around the neighborhoods. Go look at the shops, see if they got a little this and that. If they got a cute little bite to eat, I might grab a little bite to eat. But other than that, Sometimes that's going out for me. And I have a good time. I feel refreshed. I feel like, okay, I got out. You know, I speak to a couple people while I'm out. It makes me feel good. Honey, these people will police you out of having all kinds of new experiences. And life is too short. Life is too short. Be around people you like, actually like, and celebrate yourself, celebrate your life, celebrate what you like to do with the people that you love to do it with. Okay, that's my word for 2026, honestly, because I think people get carried away. But yeah, I've always kind of been one of those girls, like a life of the party kind of girl. I think it got away from me a lot because I feel like you get in a relationship and you go through certain things, you start feeling like you have to change who you are. And unfortunately, I did that. I thought I had to change who I was. I thought I had to be this presentable thing, but the most presentable version of me is me being myself. This is my most presentable version, and to be honest, I approve of this version of myself more than any of the other versions, I'll say. You know, I used to get shamed for wanting to go out. I used to get shamed for wanting to just be around people and be socializing like why isn't this enough? Why isn't home enough? Why isn't that enough? Child, I am in my 20s. That's how I know. These men was fed lies. They told y'all these new age women was gonna cook and clean and just be there for you at your beck and call. And when that ain't happened, I just started getting attacked. Like I ain't have my own personality. Like what? I've been my own person. So why would I change now all of a sudden? So it don't work that way. I think people get socialized and really be thinking that some women think all men supposed to just sit around and pay their bills all day. Some women genuinely in their heart and mind feel like that's the only way they'll entertain a man. Listen, I got my standards too, trust me. But it will never be that black and white. It'll never be that black and white to where it's just like you got your hand out. All you do is got your hand out. You just waiting on the dude to come by. You're opportunist. Just like some dudes just got their hand out for a piece of coochie. Opportunists. They need to be with each other. They don't ever want to be with each other though, because they get sick of each other. So they always trying to find empathetic, good-hearted people to try to ruin and run over. No, y'all need to be stuck with each other. Shoot. I ain't gonna lie, I'm starting to regret not baking my dumplings. I probably should have baked them. But it's whatever. Alright, so my plantains are starting to golden up a little bit. That's exactly what I want. I'm about to let them continue to fry. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm probably gonna use the same grease. Probably add just a little bit more oil and just go for the gusto with my dumplings because I have no idea how they're gonna turn out at all whatsoever. I'm actually really lost. I'm actually like, should I bake half and pan fry the other half? I really don't know. It's a bit of a dilemma for me. So anyway, back to what I was saying though. You know, you really need to just be your own man. You need to start being your own woman out here. And just don't be afraid of these fake consequences. Because that's all it is, a whole bunch of fake consequences. It ain't, none of this stuff is real. What's real is how you feel about yourself and if you can look yourself in the mirror. Oh yes. Okay, so we're getting that nice little brown crispiness on here that I adore and love. Let me put this in the middle. tell y'all, this plantain's a serious business. You don't want to mess the plantains up. Okay, they coming together though. Now I just gotta kind of game plan these dumplings. I'm kind of really nervous, y'all. I really don't know what to do. I'm like, it's too late to preheat the oven, girl. It's just, I might not even make all of these, cause that's how embarrassed I am. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me show y'all my plantain real quick. Yeah. You see that nice golden brown loveliness right there. That's what we want. That is what we want. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all see my bins? I'm almost done unpacking, okay? Don't judge me. I'm right there. I am right there. So yeah, making plantains probably takes a bit of time. Like I said, I don't make nothing fast. It probably takes a little bit of time, because the truth is, if you want that golden brown crispiness of the sugar, you kind of gotta let it cook out. You gotta give it time. You gotta let it know that it ain't gotta be shy and it can come on out. Oh yes, that's what I want right there. That's the crispiness. That's that burnt sugar look we want. Okay, but we're getting there. That's the important part. The important part is we are getting there. We're getting closer and closer. I ain't gonna lie, like my intrusive thoughts is like, just put one in here and see what it does. We're almost done. Just literally just finish the plantains and you can put it in there. Cause I'm about to trip. I'm like, I just gotta know if it's gonna work out. Okay, so first little plantain done. First little baby is done. Now see, even these ain't as caramelized, and I genuinely feel like it's because I didn't wait for the plantain to ripen. I literally got that plantain yesterday, and that was the blackest plantain they had. So I tried. I really did. I really tried. They're gonna work out though. Let me taste what this one tastes like. Let me see. Ooh. Ow. Hot. It's okay. That's not the particular flavor that I'm going for, but it's good. I ain't gonna hold you. Next time I might just come just to make plantain. Well, it may not be next time, but you know, I might just do a live just to make plantain. I might have to. We ain't gonna get no sweeter than this. I ain't gonna lie, they just pissed me off. It's cool though. Alright, I'm about to drop it in. I'm like literally having intrusive thoughts. I don't care. We're gonna do it. I just did it. I just did it. is how I'm gonna do this. We just gonna drop the dumplings in. I've never made self-rising dumplings. These are going in the freezer. Cause I gotta save some just in case like this goes horribly wrong. I need something saved. I gotta leave here with something, and I want to get like at least have an opportunity to bake. I mean, to put them in the oven. This doesn't work out well. Okay, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. I ate all day. It's time to eat. It's time to eat. As soon as these dumplings is done, the baby making her plate, and I'm about to sit down somewhere. I ain't lying. Impossible. For the world is full of needs and fools who don't believe in simple rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And before these stuffy doy items keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things I have every day. Oh. Y'all, I was gonna eat my mango, but I'm not eating my mango with this because I'm gonna save it for when I'm eat it tomorrow. I'm gonna eat some grapes. So I got some seeded grapes here. I'm gonna rinse these off real quick. So I got my grapes. Perfect. Oh, brother. This laptop about to die. It could just go and die then. I don't care. I don't know why. I'm just gonna put that on there to see if it helps it rise. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just don't understand. Why am I like this? I be choosing to do the most unhinged stuff. Anybody that really eat plantains know these mid though. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They just know they mid. They ain't that sweet. That's all. That's all. That's all it means. Don't mean nothing else. A baked bread dumpling is insane. But you know what? This is working. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hungry as heck. I'm ready to eat. And when this food is done and this plate is made, I'm getting off this live. I'm done. I'll come back on tomorrow and actually eat the breakfast in y'all face tomorrow. Right now, I'm about to mind my business. I'm not gonna lie either. When I finish with this, I'm probably about to go and take me like a little spiritual bath too, and just soak in the tub for a little bit. Okay, they starting to rise. That's a good thing, right? It's like I'm pan baking them. Have y'all been seeing those YouTube videos where they'll put like the bread in like a skillet and they'll put the ice cubes under it and cover it with a top and they'll take the cover off and it's like perfectly baked bread? I don't know how real that is, but we're gonna find out. We are going to find out. Let me show y'all what they're looking like right now. With self-rising flour, dog. This is crazy. So this is what my dumplings look like. It's just slightly different looking than what I usually make. So, yeah. That's the cabbage. I mean, who don't know what cabbage look like when it's done? And that's the saltfish and egg. Child. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, y'all. I don't know what I got going on here. You know what I do know though, and what I'm not about to play with? Let me put this on low. I'm about to just go and sit down and talk to y'all for a little bit, because one thing I ain't about to play is raw dough. And one thing I do know about bread, sometimes you just gotta bake it. I got it on like between low and 2. I got the lid on it because I wanted to create like some pressure so it could keep baking. And I'm gonna leave that for a few minutes and hope that it cook on the inside, because typically I deep fry the dumplings. Well, they're fried. They're fried dumplings. But I'm not trying to deep fry no dumplings today. Oh shit, why would you grab them with your fingers, girl? What is wrong with you? Jesus. Oh, okay. Let's try that. Let's try this little angle. See if that works. All right, y'all. So look, I'm about to show y'all one of my step routines while we waiting. This is from way back in the day. All right, how does this go? That's all I know. That's all I can remember. And then, wait. Dang, no. I remember that one. Wait. It was. Remember that step. That was a rocket step too. I'm mad. Because he would know. I was going to show you guys a step. I don't even have a step to show you guys anymore. Oh my God. Okay. What else can I show y'all? Y'all want to see my Tootsie Roll? That was my Tootsie Roll. Pop, let's go. All right. Why do you keep touching it? I can't help it. I got some type of whatever little situation you have when you just keep doing impulsive stuff. This finger is gonna be blue tomorrow. Like, oh my God, it's burnt. Y'all, I had to put some ice on my finger. That junk is crazy. Okay, so I'm about to pull one of these. I'm actually just gonna make my plate, and I'm gonna pull one of these dumplings out that's done. So I got my grapes. Love that. We're gonna give like 3 nice little plants in here. We'll do 4. I got 4 plantain. And then I'm gonna do a nice little serving of cabbage. Okay. Saltfish and ackee. Okay. And then I have my dumpling. All right, y'all. So I'm still cooking this. That's gonna stay how it is, but let me show y'all my finished product, and I'm getting off because I'm about to eat, bathe, and just get myself ready for whatever my next move is. Never know. Never let them know what your next move is. All right, y'all, look. It's the Jamaican breakfast. Oh, wait. It's not up high enough. We finished it. It took us some time, but we got there. So we got our ackee, cabbage, dumpling, some plantain, and my grapes. Seeded grapes, of course. Come on now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my sporadic cooking session. I hope y'all come back again to Oracle in the Kitchen. And who knows what we're going to make next time, okay? Like, this is where you can come to just be and chill. There's no expectations here. We're just laid back. I just want to enjoy what I'm cooking. I want to enjoy kicking it with y'all. And I think I did that this time. I'm a little hot, though. But anywho, I love y'all. Mwah. I hope y'all having a great new year. I am. So if y'all need a little extra, little energy, you can have a little bit. You can't have all of my energy, though. I'm sorry. It's all about me this year. Other than that, who knows when I'm going to see you guys again. I don't know. I never know when I'm going to go live. It's so random. So I just see y'all when I see y'all. Peace out. Oracle out.